Welcome back, Heartland fans. Today, we're diving into the highly anticipated first episode of Season 18. The season kicks off with an emotional roller coaster, reintroducing us to the characters we've grown to love. From Amy's calming presence with troubled horses to the shocking return of a beloved character, this episode is packed with the drama, heart, and family dynamics that make Heartland so special. Stick around as we explore the twists, turns, and unforgettable moments that set the stage for what promises to be an incredible season of Heartland. The Season 18 premiere opens with a breathtaking aerial shot of Heartland Ranch, bathed in warm morning light. The vast fields and iconic barn instantly transport us back to the heart of the series. It's a familiar yet comforting sight that sets the tone for what's about to unfold. As the camera zooms in, we find Amy Fleming, played by Amber Marshall, tending to the horses. Her face reflects a mix of emotions, serenity from being in her element, and a lingering sadness from the years spent without Ty. This morning routine is simple yet poignant, allowing us to glimpse Amy's inner world. Every small gesture, from feeding the horses to pausing and gently stroking one, reveals the weight of her memories. The peacefulness of the ranch contrasts with Amy's emotional turmoil. The camera lingers on her thoughtful expression, capturing how she still grapples with Ty's absence. This opening scene sets a powerful emotional tone, reminding us that Amy's journey of healing is far from over. As the morning progresses, Amy returns to the cozy warmth of the ranch house, where her daughter Lindy eagerly awaits her. The kitchen is filled with the comforting aroma of breakfast, a scene of domestic tranquility that provides a temporary respite from the storm of emotions. Lindy, bright-eyed and full of energy, chats animatedly with her mother. Their bond is palpable, a blend of love, understanding, and shared loss. Their conversation starts with lighthearted banter about Lindy's day at school and her love for horses, but soon takes a heavier turn when Lindy innocently asks about her father. This question hangs heavily in the air. Amy's smile falters for a moment, but she quickly regains her composure. She answers Lindy's questions with honesty and care, careful not to overwhelm her with the complexities of the situation. Amy explains that Ty is not around because he had to go away for a while, but doesn't delve into specifics. The scene is beautifully crafted, showcasing Amy's struggle to balance protecting Lindy while being truthful. It's a testament to the strength of their relationship and the love that binds them, even in the face of uncertainty. Just when it seems like the day will continue with its usual routine, a mysterious figure appears at the ranch. The camera captures this moment with a sense of foreboding, using wide shots to emphasize the vastness of the landscape and the isolation of the figure. Amy, who is outside tending to the horses, notices the figure from a distance. Her brow furrows in confusion and anxiety. The camera zooms in on her face, capturing a myriad of emotions: hope, disbelief, and fear. She instinctively takes a step forward as if drawn by some invisible force. As the stranger approaches, the tension builds. The figure steps into the light, and we see that it's none other than Ty Borden, played by Graham Wardle. The background score swells, heightening the emotional intensity of the moment. Ty stands still, looking at Amy with a mixture of apprehension and hope. For a moment, time seems to stand still as they lock eyes. Amy's reaction is a whirlwind of emotions: shock, joy, confusion, and deep. Tears well up in her eyes as she slowly walks toward him, her movements tentative as if she fears the moment might be a dream. Ty is overwhelmed, his eyes glistening with unshed tears. As they finally stand face to face, the air is thick with unspoken words and pent-up emotions. The cinematography and music work together to create a powerful emotional experience, making this reunion a moment of raw, genuine emotion. As the reality of Ty's return sinks in, Amy reaches out to touch his face as if to confirm that he's really there. The touch is electric, a moment of undeniable connection. She whispers his name, her voice choked with emotion. Unable to hold back any longer, Ty pulls her into a tight embrace. They cling to each other, both crying as the weight of the past few years melts away. In a soft, tear-filled voice, Ty begins to explain his absence. He reveals that he was placed in witness protection after testifying against a dangerous criminal. The government had kept him hidden to protect him and his family, and only recently had it been deemed safe for him to return. As Ty speaks, Amy listens intently, her expression a mixture of relief and sorrow. She understands the necessity of his absence, but can't help the tears that flow as she processes the time they've lost. Inside the house, Lindy watches from the window, her small face pressed against the glass. When she sees her mother hugging a stranger, she furrows her brow in confusion. Curiosity gets the better of her, and she rushes outside. As Lindy approaches, she slows down, unsure of the situation. Ty turns and sees his daughter for the first time. His face softens and a tender smile spreads across his lips. Lindy, still hesitant, looks up at Amy, who nods encouragingly. Ty crouches down to her level, his eyes filled with warmth and love. "Hi, Lindy," he says gently. There's a moment of silence as Lindy studies him, her young mind processing this new reality. Then, as if sensing the truth, she runs into his arms, burying her face in his shoulder. Ty holds her close, tears of joy streaming down his face. This reunion is a tender and heartwarming moment, showcasing the bond between father and daughter, even after being apart. News of Ty's return spreads quickly through the Heartland household. Jack, the stoic patriarch of the family, arrives on the scene with a mixture of skepticism and hope. His rugged face, lined with years of hard work and wisdom, softens as he sees Ty. The two men share a long, meaningful look, filled with unspoken words. Jack, usually a man of few words, pulls Ty into a strong, fatherly embrace. "Welcome home, son," he murmurs, his voice thick with emotion. It's a rare display of vulnerability from Jack, highlighting the depth of his feelings for Ty. Lo, always the practical and protective sister, enters the scene with a mixture of surprise and relief. Her eyes widen in disbelief as she takes in the sight of her brother-in-law. She quickly regains her composure, a smile spreading across her face. Georgie, the adventurous and spirited adopted daughter, is overjoyed to see Ty. She has always admired him as a mentor and father figure, and his absence has left a void in her life. When she arrives, she can't contain her excitement, running up to Ty and throwing her arms around him. "I can't believe you're back," she exclaims, her voice filled with joy. Ty laughs, a sound that hasn't been heard around the ranch in far too long. He hugs Georgie tightly, grateful for her enthusiasm and support. George's reaction is a refreshing burst of youthful energy and optimism, a stark contrast to the more reserved reactions of the adults. Tim, the often gruff and complicated father of Amy and Lou, arrives last. His relationship with Ty has always been complex, marked by moments of tension and mutual respect. Tim's face is a mask of controlled emotion as he approaches. For a moment, there's a tense silence, as if both men are unsure how to proceed. Then, in a rare show of vulnerability, Tim extends his hand. Ty hesitates for a split second before shaking it. The handshake is firm, but there's a hint of a smile on Tim's face. "Glad you're back," Tim says, his voice rough but genuine. Gruff but sincere, this moment of reconciliation is a subtle but significant step in mending their complicated relationship. With Ty's return, the Heartland family begins to adjust to their new normal. The initial joy of the reunion is soon tempered by the challenges of reintegrating Tay into their daily lives. The family gathers around the kitchen table, a familiar scene filled with warmth, After they share stories, reminisce about the past, and catch up on lost time. The atmosphere is light and filled with love, but beneath the surface there are deeper currents of emotion. Amy and Ty have several private conversations away from the bustle of the family. They talk about their time apart, the struggles they faced, and their hopes for the future. These conversations are filled with a mixture of pain and healing. Ty expresses his regret for missing so many important moments, while Amy shares her fears about rebuilding their relationship. The dialogue is raw and heartfelt, allowing both characters to express their vulnerabilities. In one particularly poignant scene, Amy and Ty sit by the fireplace, the flickering flames casting soft shadows on their faces. Amy confesses that she's afraid to fully trust that he's back for good. Understanding her hesitation, Ty promises that he's here to stay and that he's committed to rebuilding their life together. This scene is a turning point for the couple, as they both acknowledge the difficulties ahead while reaffirming their love and dedication to one another. One of the most anticipated moments of the premiere is the heartfelt conversation between Ty and Amy. This scene is a culmination of years of unresolved emotions and unanswered questions. The setting is intimate, just the two of them sitting on the porch as the sun sets behind the mountains. The golden light bathes them in a warm glow, symbolizing the hope of a new beginning. Amy begins the conversation with a deep breath, clearly struggling to find the right words. "I don't know where to start," she admits, her voice trembling. Ty looks at her with a mixture of love and regret. The episode opens with what seems like a typical day at Heartland Ranch. The morning sun casts a warm glow over the sprawling landscape, and we're immediately drawn back into the world that has become a second home for many fans. Amy is already at work, her focus on a horse that's been giving its owners some trouble. This is classic Heartland, a place where the problems of people and animals are intertwined, and Amy's unique ability to heal both shines through as she gently works with the horse. We're reminded of just how deep her connection with these animals runs. This particular horse is a reflection of its owner's turmoil, having been acting out ever since its owner faced some personal struggles. Amy's approach to tough personal challenges is calm and patient, embodying the qualities that have made her such a beloved character. She doesn't rush the process. Instead, she takes the time to earn the horse's trust. This serves as a powerful reminder of one of Heartland's core messages: healing takes time, and empathy is key. While Amy is engaged in her work, the rest of the Heartland family goes about their daily routines. Jack is in the barn, overseeing the ranch operations with his usual steady hand. There's comfort in seeing Jack in his element, the rock that keeps the family grounded, always ready with a piece of wisdom or a helping hand. His presence is a reminder of the stability that Heartland offers, even in the midst of uncertainty. Lou, on the other hand, is juggling her numerous responsibilities as both a mother and a businesswoman. She's constantly on the move, managing her various ventures while also being there for her family. Lou's journey has been one of incredible growth over the seasons, and in this episode, we see her continuing to balance the demands of her career with her love for her family. It's inspiring to watch her navigate these challenges with such determination and grace. Georgie is out in the arena, pushing herself to excel in her equestrian training. Her dedication to her sport is unwavering, and it's clear that she's aiming for new heights. George's storyline is one of perseverance and ambition, qualities that have endeared her to fans over the years. Watching her train, we can't help but root for her success, knowing how much effort she's put into her journey. Tim is also around, bringing his unique blend of tough love and support to the table. Tim's relationship with his family has always been complex, and in this episode, we see him continuing to navigate the delicate balance between being a protective father and allowing his children the space to grow. His interactions with the family are often a source of both tension and warmth, adding layers to the show's dynamic. Just when it seems like this might be another peaceful day at Heartland, the narrative takes a dramatic turn. The tranquility is shattered by the arrival of someone everyone thought was gone for good, Ty Borden. His return is nothing short of shocking, a twist that catches both the characters and the audience off guard. The episode masterfully builds up to this moment, with the camera focusing on the reactions of each character as Tay walks back into their lives. Amy is the first to see him, and her expression is a mix of disbelief and overwhelming emotion. The years of longing, grief, and unresolved feelings come crashing down in that instant. The show doesn't rush through this moment, allowing the weight of Ty's return to fully sink in. Lindy, who is too young to fully understand the gravity of the situation, looks up at Ty with innocent curiosity. For her, it's just another day, but the adults around her are visibly shaken. Lou's face is a picture of shock, her usually composed demeanor faltering as she tries to process what she's seeing. Jack, ever the steady presence, seems to be the first to recover, though even he can't hide the flicker of surprise in his eyes. Georgie, who has always looked up to Tay, is overjoyed. Her excitement is palpable, and she's almost unable to contain herself as she rushes to greet him. For Georgie, Ty has always been more than just a family member. He's been a mentor and a role model, and his return is nothing short of a dream come true. Tim's reaction, however, is more complicated. Known for his tough exterior, Tim struggles to express his emotions, especially in moments like these. While he's clearly relieved to see Ty, there's also an undercurrent of tension. Tim knows that Ty's return will bring with it a host of new challenges, not just for Ty, but for the entire family. The episode doesn't leave us hanging for long. As the initial shock wears off, we're given a glimpse into the story behind Tay's unexpected return through a series of flashbacks. We learn that Ty's departure wasn't what it seemed. He was called away on a top-secret mission related to his work as a veterinarian, a mission that took him to some of the most remote and dangerous parts of the world. Tay's mission involved rescuing and treating endangered wildlife in conflict zones, and it was so critical that he had to cut off all communication to protect his loved ones. The flashbacks are intense, showing the dangers Tay faced and the toll the mission took on him. It's a stark reminder of the sacrifices he's made, not just for the animals he cares for, but for the greater good. This backstory adds a new layer to Ty's character, showcasing his bravery and dedication in a way we haven't seen before. It also explains why he had to stay away for so long, even though it meant leaving behind the people he loves most. The mission was harrowing, and the emotional and physical toll it took on Tay is evident in every scene. As the flashbacks unfold, we see Tay grappling with the decision to leave. He knew it was dangerous, but his sense of duty outweighed his personal desires. This internal conflict has defined Ty throughout the series, his unwavering commitment to doing what's right, even when it comes at great personal cost. The flashbacks also reveal moments of doubt and regret, as Ty contemplates the impact his absence will have on Amy and the rest of the family. One of the most poignant moments comes when Ty and Amy finally have a chance to talk. Their reunion is charged with emotion as years of separation and heartache come to the surface. The dialogue in this scene is raw and authentic, capturing the complexity of their relationship. Amy, who has been through so much in Tay's absence, is torn between anger and relief. She wants to be happy that he's back, but the pain of his disappearance lingers. Her initial reaction is one of disbelief. How could he have left without a word? But as Ty explains the circumstances that led to his departure, her anger gives way to understanding. Ty, on the other hand, is filled with guilt. He knows how much he's hurt Amy by leaving, and he's desperate to make things right. His apology is heartfelt, and it's clear that he's been carrying the weight of his decision every day he was away. This conversation isn't just about forgiveness. It's about finding a way to move forward. The show does an excellent job of portraying the depth of their bond. Despite the pain and distance, there's an unbreakable connection between Tay and Amy. Their love has always been one of the central themes of Heartland, and this scene reaffirms that. The way they look at each other, the tears in their eyes, and the way they hold each other are all testaments to the strength of their relationship. As they talk, Ty and Amy also reflect on what this means for their future. They've both changed in the time they've been apart, and now they have to navigate this new reality together. There's a sense of hope, but also a recognition that things won't be easy. Their conversation touches on the challenges they'll face as they try to rebuild their life together. But there's also a resolve to make it work. Ty's return doesn't just affect him and Amy. It has a ripple effect across the entire Heartland family. Each character's reaction is unique, reflecting their individual relationships with Ty and the roles they play within the family. Jack, the family patriarch, is cautiously optimistic. He's seen his share of ups and downs, and while he's glad to have Ty back, he's also aware of the challenges that lie ahead. After years of waiting, fans can finally rejoice. Ty Borden, portrayed by Graham Wardle, has made his shocking return to Heartland. His focus is sharp as ever, but there's a subtle undercurrent of longing in his eyes, as if he's been waiting for something or someone. The tension reaches its peak when the familiar sound of a truck pulling up catches Amy's attention. She pauses, her heart skipping a beat. Slowly, she turns around, and there he is, Ty Borden. The moment their eyes meet is electric, charged with years of unspoken words, lingering emotions, and a deep, abiding love that never truly faded. The reunion between Ty and Amy is nothing short of breathtaking. It's a moment fans have been yearning for, and the show does not disappoint. As Ty steps out of the truck, the world seems to slow down for a moment. It's just the two of them, no past, no future, just the present and the overwhelming rush of emotions that comes with seeing each other again. Amy's reaction is a beautiful mix of shock, joy, and disbelief. She's frozen in place, her mind struggling to process what her eyes are seeing. Ty, on the other hand, looks at her with a tenderness that speaks volumes. There's a hint of uncertainty in his gaze, as if he's unsure whether he's truly welcome. But that uncertainty melts away as Amy finally takes a step forward. The distance between them closes in a heartbeat, and before they know it, they're in each other's arms. The embrace is intense, filled with all the love, pain, and longing that has been building up over the years. Neither of them speaks at first, they don't need to. Their bodies convey everything that words cannot. To fully appreciate the gravity of this reunion, the episode takes us on a journey through some of Ty and Amy's most significant moments. These flashbacks are not only nostalgic, but also serve to remind us of the foundation upon which their relationship was built. We see them as young, hopeful individuals navigating the complexities of life together. The flashbacks include their first meeting, the early days of their relationship, and the many challenges they faced along the way. One particularly memorable moment is their wedding, a beautiful ceremony that left fans teary-eyed. The vows they exchanged were a testament to their deep love and commitment, a promise to stand by each other through thick and thin. As we revisit these moments, it becomes clear just how much Tay and Amy have grown, not just as individuals, but as a couple. Their love has been tested time and again, but it has only grown stronger with each challenge. These flashbacks also highlight the enduring nature of their bond, a love that has withstood the test of time and distance. Once the initial shock of Tay's return subsides, it's time for the much-needed conversation. Ty and Amy sit down to talk, and this scene is where the emotions truly overflow. It's a moment of raw honesty where they lay their hearts bare, sharing the pain, the regrets, and the love that still binds them. Ty begins by explaining his long absence. He talks about the struggles he faced, the challenges that kept him away, and the reasons why he felt he couldn't return sooner. His voice is filled with regret, but also with quiet determination. He's come back not just to seek forgiveness, but to rebuild the life he left behind. Amy listens intently, her eyes reflecting a mix of emotions: relief, sadness, and a deep, abiding love. She's missed him more than words can express, but she's also had to stay strong for Lindy and the rest of the family. As Ty speaks, Amy's hand reaches out to his, a silent gesture of understanding and support. The conversation shifts to their future. Both Ty and Amy acknowledge how much they've grown during their time apart. They've faced their own battles, learned their own lessons, but the one thing that has remained constant is their love for each other. Ty expresses his desire to make amends, to be there for Amy and Lindy, and to start anew. Although still hurt by his absence, Amy opens up about her own struggles. She talks about the challenges of raising Lindy on her own, the moments of doubt and fear, and the unwavering hope that one day Tay would return. She's not looking for an apology. She's looking for a partner, someone who will stand by her side as they rebuild their life together. This conversation is a testament to the strength of their relationship. It's a reminder that true love isn't just about the good times. It's about weathering the storms together and emerging stronger on the other side. By the end of their conversation, there's a renewed sense of hope. They've faced the darkness, and now they're ready to step into the light, hand in hand. As Ty and Amy navigate their emotions, there's another important character whose reaction we can't overlook: Lindy. The daughter of Ty and Amy, played by Ruby and Emanuela Spencer. Lindy has grown significantly since we last saw her. She's no longer the little girl who needed constant protection. She's growing into a strong, independent young woman, much like her mother. Lindy's reaction to her father's return is one of the most touching moments in the episode. First, there's a moment of hesitation. She's been living without him for so long, and there's a part of her that's unsure how to react. But that uncertainty quickly gives way to pure, unfiltered joy when Ty kneels down to her level and opens his arms for a hug. Lindy doesn't hesitate any longer. She runs into his arms, and the embrace they share is nothing short of heartwarming. It's a reunion filled with love, relief, and the beginning of a new chapter for their family. Ever the doting father, Ty takes time to reconnect with Lindy. He understands that his absence has left a void, and he's determined to fill it with love and attention. One of the most memorable moments in the episode is when Ty helps Lindy with a school project. As they work together, Tay shares stories from his own childhood, giving Lindy a glimpse into his past and helping her understand why he had to leave. This bonding moment is more than just a narrative device. It symbolizes the healing process for both father and daughter. Through this simple act of working together, they begin to rebuild the trust and connection that time and distance had strained. Ty's return doesn't just affect Amy and Lindy. It sends ripples through the entire Heartland family. Each member of the family has their own unique reaction to seeing Ty again, and these moments are beautifully captured in the episode. Jack, the family patriarch, has always been a steady presence in Ty's life. He's seen Ty grow from a troubled youth into the man he is today, and his reaction to Ty's return is a mix of pride, relief, and a touch of that tough love we've come to expect from him. In a quiet moment, Jack pulls Ty aside for a heart-to-heart. There's no need for grand gestures or long speeches, just a few simple words that convey everything. Jack tells Ty how much he's been missed, but also reminds him of the responsibilities he now has. It's a moment of mutual respect, where Jack acknowledges Ty's struggles, but also encourages him to step up and be the man the family needs. Lou, ever the protective older sister, wears her heart on her sleeve. She's thrilled to have Ty back and doesn't hold back her emotions. The moment she sees him, she rushes to embrace him, her relief and happiness evident in every gesture. Lou's reaction is particularly poignant because it highlights the bond she shares with Ty. Over the years, They've become more than just in-laws. They're family. Lou's protective nature shines through as she gently warns Ty that while everyone is happy to have him back, he needs to make sure he doesn't hurt Amy or Lindy again. It's a moment of sisterly concern wrapped in love and a bit of a teasing smile, showing that while she's serious, she also has faith in Ty. Georgie, who has always looked up to Tay as a big brother figure, has her own moment of reunion with him. Now a young adult, George's reaction is more reserved, but no less emotional. She's matured over the years, and her quiet smile as she hugs Tay speaks volumes. The bond between Ty and Georgie has always been special, rooted in mutual respect and understanding. George's reaction is a blend of happiness and cautious optimism. She's glad to see him, but there's also a part of her that's wary of getting her hopes up too high. This reaction adds depth to the narrative, showing that while the family is overjoyed to have Ty back, there are still unresolved emotions beneath the surface. One of the standout scenes in the episode is the family dinner. The entire Heartland family gathers around the table, sharing laughter, stories, and a sense of togetherness that has been missing for too long. This scene is a beautiful representation of the core themes of Heartland: family, love, and the strength that comes from being together. As they sit around the table, we see glimpses of the past and the present merging. The conversation flows easily, filled with memories of old times and hopes for the future. Tay's presence at the table feels like the final piece of the puzzle, completing the picture of a family that has endured so much, yet remains unbroken. Amy, sitting beside Ty, looks around the table with a sense of contentment. Thank you for tuning into this episode of Season Recall. We hope you enjoyed our deep dive into Heartland Season 18, Episode 1, and the emotional reunion of Ty and Amy. Their journey reminds us of the power of love and the strength of family bonds. We can't wait to see how their story unfolds this season. If you loved this recap, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to NEXTLAVEL for more content, and share your thoughts in the comments below. What was your favorite moment from the episode? How do you think Tay and Amy will navigate their challenges moving forward? Stay tuned for our next video, where we'll explore more exciting developments from Heartland and other shows. Until next time, keep recalling those unforgettable moments.